And you got the Baltimore dudes.
Oh my God. You know what I mean? You talking about grimy, dog.
They thought they was the most good.
What it do, good people? Coming to y'all live from Tez TV. I'm your host, Dante Dean. Baltimore, stand up.
All right.
What it do, good people? Coming y'all live from Tez TV. I told you I was getting one of the greats. I told you, listen, man. Before we even get started, King, what's your name?
Stop. My name is Dante Bright.
Let's see. He say stop because everybody in this DMV, up in Boston, Massachusetts, everybody know his name. But we all know this Tez TV. This going east to west, down south Midwest. So this is Dante Bright. And so when I talk to you, when we talking right here, I'm not just what they say. All that pause. I ain't saying none of that. I ain't wiping my mouth. None of that. This was that guy, man. #1 player. But we can get into all that. How you feel?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
That's what's up. And I'm gonna tell you like this, Tay. I ain't gonna bombard you with a bunch of questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful that you blessed the platform. I feel as though that you should be talked about more coming out of here, and for the things that you're doing now with the kids. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like people should get their roses while they're here. You know what I'm saying? And I understand I understand you.
Just say it.
So you don't like to talk about yourself. You
Just
don't like
say it, man. I'm here. I'm here. We're gonna talk.
King.
Whatever you want to know, you got that.
All right. So let's start off. I like to start off from the beginning. You know, what part of town you from?
I'm from East Baltimore. I grew up the hill off Passing Park in Preston, and then I moved down the hill.
Okay.
So I'm from the east side.
All right. Elementary school, middle school you went to?
First, I went to Carlton Square. Then I transferred to Tesh Tillman. That's when I moved down the hill. Then I went from Tesh Tillman to middle school. I went to Hampstead Hill. And then from there, I went to Dunbar.
All right. So when the first time you touched a ball?
I would say it was like 9, 10 years old. I was in the alley.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend, Albert Harrington, we call him Black. He was like, man, we're going up to Oliver. We're going to play some ball. And I was like, I ain't cool. I never heard of Oliver Rec. I never heard of Bucky Lee. But when I got there, I heard that voice, and I just looked. And I was like, wow. And then, like I said, it was something he seen in me. He was like, big fella, I'm going to be on you, but, you're going to have to work. Mm-hmm. And from there, he just stayed on me, getting on me. He was demanding, but he wasn't demeaning. And I just took it in stride, and it all came full circle, over the years. After I left Oliver, I went down to Madison. But I still take what Bucky Lee started, and I still have that same drive today. So that's why I'm giving back.
Okay. Now, you coming up, what's some of the guys that you looked at, or you know what I'm saying, you remember some of your game after? We talked about it off camera, but tell the people.
Like Reggie Williams, Sam Cassell, Kurt Lee, guys like that, because they're guys that I seen. Mm-hmm. I didn't see Reggie Williams and them guys playing high school, but Kurt Lee and Sam, they was always around. They came back from school and stuff like that. And so just playing with those guys, playing the Urban Coalition, they taught me the game because, like I said, at that time, it wasn't no Dante Bright. You wasn't getting no ball. You got to play defense, and you rebound. I was young, 15, 16, one of the tallest guys on the team, but, I was out there playing against pros, elite college players, and I was learning on the fly.
Okay. Okay.
And so we just took it from there. And like I said, I watched a lot of basketball. Wasn't a lot I couldn't do. What I could do, I could run the floor, I can rebound, I can put the ball on the floor a little bit. And so I just stick to that and just worked on the other little aspects of my game.
Hold up, I ain't gonna let you just move past that. 'Cause for the parents and kids that's out here, when you say you made it easy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't demand the ball. You wanted the ball.
Yeah, I wanted the ball.
But you had to wait your turn.
It wasn't no, I can tell you what I can do. Man, you gotta show me.
Mm-hmm.
And it just can't be no one-time thing. You gotta be consistent. With Sam and Kirk, you gotta show me not just when we play in the Urban Coalition. You gotta show me when we out at Bojack. You gotta show me. And so, like I said, I just learned from them. I wasn't getting a lot of shots, but I was getting a lot of rebounds. And I could run the floor.
Okay. Look, before we get to Dunbar, before we get there, because we getting there, y'all. We gonna get there, but before we get there, all right, can you tell the people about some of the leagues that you played in? What those guys leading into you choosing Dunbar?
Well, obviously the Dome, down the Dome, playing the Urban Coalition, down Bojacks and stuff, like you said. And I knew they went to Dunbar. And I knew if I got to Dunbar, I knew I had a chance of getting out of East Baltimore. Baltimore, period. Just not say I'm just from Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, I respect wherever I go, both sides of town. Like I got friends all over.
Right.
So it's just, I wouldn't just say East Baltimore. I'm just a Baltimore guy, period.
Right. Salute.
But like I said, I knew if I got to Dunbar, it was a way of me getting out, getting a scholarship. Like I said, we didn't have a whole lot of money growing up, with things happen, as a kid. And it was situations where I said it'll never happen again.
Okay.
I just kept that burning desire and I just took it out on the floor.
Did you feel that pressure going into high school?
No. That's the crazy part.
I mean, like.
It wasn't pressure. I looked at pressure not knowing if you're going to eat at night. That's pressure.
Okay.
Not knowing when your next meal. You know what I'm saying? That's pressure. Basketball, that was easy. So that's why people always say that, he looked soft, looked this and that. Nah, that was just my demeanor because it was something, there's a lot of stuff going on outside of basketball. And I just kept it in me. And like you said, being on the basketball court, that would just release a lot of stuff that was going on, Okay. So that's why I kind of stayed to myself. I wouldn't say I stayed to myself, I'm just quiet. I'm very reserved.
Yeah. True that. Still to this day.
Yeah.
Now, listen, y'all like, share. Now we in Dunbar, the powerhouse Dunbar.
Yeah, famous Dunbar.
The famous Dunbar. This before you was the trailblazer. Now, right?
Correct.
So what would you think the first day of school?
Well, I had to get there. First and foremost, coming from Hampstead Hill, I had the grades of getting in there. Sam Cassell, Hensley Parks, and Coach Pompey used to come to the school like every other day.
Okay.
Because the former principal at Dunbar, Miss Wilton, was the principal at Hampstead. And so, like you said, I had the grades come out of middle school, and plus it was a connection with Dunbar and Hampstead Hill. And so, like I say, Sam Cassell went there too.
Okay.
So that was the neighborhood middle school that everybody went to. But after I graduated out of Hampstead Hill, it was crazy. My transfer went to Patterson. I never stepped in Patterson, so I left Patterson, went to Lake.
Mm-hmm.
I never stepped in Lake, so like the first week, I wasn't in nobody's school. They was trying to figure out why my transfer was floating around and why I wasn't at Dunbar where I was supposed to be. And so, when Pomp and them got a hold of that, I got in Dunbar, and then it was just like, I'm just like, I'm a new kid on the block. I find my niche, find my way. And then they hear the rumblings, ninth graders down there talking about, ain't nobody in the ninth grade gonna play varsity. And I told myself, I'm gonna be the first one. I'm gonna play. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be the first one, but I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
They was looking at me like, nah, who is kid? This and that. So when trials came, say about 100 kids was in there.
Yeah.
About 50 left the first day, then the cuts. And then they had the JV squad. And then, them same kids looking at me like, yo, you really made varsity as a freshman. I said, I told y'all. Yeah. But see, like I said, they didn't know me. I had a big name if you was over in East Baltimore. I didn't have no big name outside of East Baltimore.
Okay.
At that time.
Now tell us a little bit about Coach Pete Pompey.
Oh man, he was a player's coach. R.I.P. the coach. Coach was everything: a father figure, an uncle, a brother, a mentor, somebody you can just sit down and just talk to. He can just listen and try to guide you through it. He's not telling you what to do, trying to guide you, like grooming you.
Okay.
You know, like I said, you know, I had certain situations with me having 2 young daughters in the 12th grade. I had 2 1-year-old kids. You know, it was a lot. You know, I could have easily just, you know, just gave up. You know, but like I said, it was a chance for me to get out of here, to get a scholarship so I can see something better, so I can help.
Right.
And like you said, Coach always told me, you know, like you gotta just stay focused. You gotta stay focused. You know, everything is right there for you to take. It's only you can mess it up.
Right.
And like you said, he always stuck in my corner. Even the time I took the SAT and I failed it twice. When I say failed, I didn't get the proper score. I didn't say I failed it. Like I said, I had the GPA come out of Dunbar also. And so Coach Calipari, he was worried that I was going
Hold up, we ain't even there yet. We getting the book ourselves. Hold up. We ain't there yet, y'all. Hold up. I know. See, I'm a fan too. You see, I'm just listening, right? But hold on, let me bring this thing back in. This 9th grade, right? You done made the varsity team.
Right.
Now, at this time, Dunbar traveling here, traveling there. Right. Who was on your team at this time?
As a freshman, we had Terrence Alexander. He was a sophomore. We had Dietrich Williams. He was a senior. Spencer Ringo. He was a senior. David Lewis, Hensley Parks, Alan Mahomes. He was a guard. Man, I'm sorry, but man, it's been so long ago. And, you know, as a freshman, I remember all the guys on the team.
How y'all finished in the city your freshman year?
I want to say, I don't think we won the championship.
Now, listen here, y'all. The man only lost 7 times in high school, so imagine him, because this is the freshman year. So I'm looking at it. If you got your freshman year.
I got my freshman years because what I was supposed to do as a freshman.
I know.
And I was a 6th man. I hit a couple game winners. I had a game with us against Southern at Cottman State when they had Craig Tyson and them guys. They had a boat, you know, as a freshman. My first game at Dunbar, you know, I got a dunk. I had Coach Keith Goody, who at Delaware State, you know, the story he told me, he was like, man, who's this guy, little skinny black guy? He's talking about me. Then somebody was like, 1 to 4, 5. I was like, man, that's Dante Bright. That's the freshman. You gonna see. Then he was like, man, he remind me of built like a Reggie Williams. Then he said, man, after I said you dunk and you was scoring, I was like, man, they got something special. This was Coach Goody back then before he became a college coach.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Coach Goods.
Yeah,
too,
shout
man.
out to Coach Good. He's doing a great job at Delaware State.
So, all right, man. Freshman year over. That summer. What recs you play with? Did you travel? And what players did you play with?
I don't think. Oh, I played with the DC players. That was my AAU squad.
And the reason why I asked you that because did you get ranked before that sophomore? I mean, before the year going into your sophomore year, or was you ranked your freshman year?
See, I didn't even know if I was ranked, you know, my freshman year. But I consider myself one of the top freshmen though, regardless if they ranked me or not. That was a belief in me. But it really came on my sophomore year when I was the only returning player on the varsity team. We wasn't supposed to do anything. We was going to get railroaded. We was going to get beat down. That was the year everybody's supposed to get Dunbar. Yeah, we won the city title, and we lost to Southern down the Civic Center by 3. Remind you, we had me as a sophomore, my Terrence Alexander, he was a junior. Mike Lloyd was a sophomore. Keith Booth was a freshman. So we was young. And that right there just, you know, that just set up everything else.
Yeah, y'all was like some rock stars. The stories the stories that we heard when I was down Dunbar about y'all, that's why I'm like, man, that's why I'm so giddy right now. I'm not supposed to calm myself down, but hey, it is what it is. It's Dante Bright. So listen,
Taz.
Yeah, all right. We gonna skip that sophomore. We gonna skip that summer.
Right.
Now we're in the sophomore year. Y'all beat them. Y'all beat Southern down the Civic Center that year. They beat y'all.
My freshman year, they beat us.
That sophomore
no,
year.
My sophomore year, they beat us. They beat us. They
right.
beat us in the championship down the Metro Classic by 3. We won the city title.
Okay.
All right. Then my junior year, like I said, that summer set up everything. That summer, I was supposed to go to Nike camp at Princeton University. I was invited, top 100 ball players coming after my sophomore year, going into my junior year, coming off the player of the year in the city. I didn't attend it because I had to go to summer school. Like I said, it was a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So I got a little off track, but then I got back on track. And so that was one of my punishments I didn't go to Nike camp. I went to summer school. And I don't know how Michael Lloyd, him and Coach Pompey was up there. Mike got that spot, but that was a good look for Mike too.
Yeah.
So that was all good. So Mike went up there, did his thing, played against Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, the Grant Hills. I mean, everybody was up there. So he came back like Bright. You know, I seen that fire in his eyes. And I was like, okay, I see it. I said, that's what I missed.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to miss the next one.
Now, peep this. Now we going into your junior year. We going into your junior year. How far as on a local level, right? Because y'all went undefeated anyway your junior year.
Mm-hmm.
What was the toughest teams? Give me the toughest 3 teams in the city that give y'all some competition. I mean, y'all won, and I'm not trying to, hey, but this is TED TV. I ask these questions.
I would say Walbrook beat us my sophomore year too up at CCD.
Mm-hmm.
They had Darnell Gaither, RP to Darnell Gaither.
Mm-hmm.
He was tough. Big Steve, he was
Big
tough.
Steve.
Mike Jermaine Porter.
Yeah, he made first team with y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. But I would say Walbrook, Lake and Southern.
Yeah. Walbrook, Lake and Southern.
That was, yeah.
Now, give the people a visual of that atmosphere of that Lake and Dunbar game.
Man, shit was crazy. It was sold out, especially if it was at Morgan.
Yeah.
It was at Morgan. You had like about 3,000-4,000 people outside. So imagine if you couldn't get in. I mean, standing room on. I mean, I never seen Morgan gym packed like that outside. Right. I never seen it. I ain't never said what it never been like. I never seen it like that.
Give us in the locker, locker room, y'all hear the fan.
I mean, you get excited, adrenaline going, you sweating, but I'm just like, I'm ready to just get it on. I ain't do too much talking.
Man, everybody, listen, because I know you're a top guy. You and Mike, y'all top guys. So y'all getting everybody's best shot. You know what I'm saying?
Every night. It wouldn't be right. Because, like, to be honest, it's like you said, it's not, being cocky. It was just, like you said, we put in the work. So we was confident. We knew going to this, we had a chance to run the table.
Mm-hmm.
We just ain't know how much we was going to beat opponents by.
You hear that? Y'all hear that? Now we about to get into the meat and potatoes. Because was this the year that y'all beat 8 national ranked teams?
No, that was my senior year.
Senior
My junior year, we lost to St. Anthony's and St. Peter's at St. Peter's University in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
They beat us by like 2 or 3, but we got them back like 2 weeks later down in the Gonzaga tournament. But if it wasn't for them, I think we'd have went back-to-back national championship because Southwestern from Detroit, they lost with Jalen Rose.
See, and I thought they won it.
No, I think they won it, but they had a loss.
Okay.
They had a loss. We lost. We had the loss to St. Anthony. That's what kicked us out because we finished in top 3 my junior year behind them. Yeah. Southwestern, then was somebody else, and then it was Dunbar. My junior year. Now, if we don't lose that game, we national champions. Everybody was in front of us. They had a loss. That's what I'm trying to say.
Man, listen, y'all, and I'm gonna be posting this for the next couple of days. Well, really, I'm gonna give y'all some insight Thursday, right? Now, I got a magazine that I'm not gonna bring out the house. I got a magazine with all the names, what Jordan did during the summer. What I mean, y'all, I'm talking about the earned guys that really played this game, that went out of town, that it wasn't just a city thing. The Nike they say that he come in and can't, but top
25.
Top 25. At the end of the camp, they say the best player in the camp, Nike All-American camp, was Dante Bright. So can you give people a little bit a view of that when you first went to Nike All-American camp and you around all these guys?
That was a big stage. That was let you know if you really can go, this is where you wanted to be at. And so, like I said, it wasn't, like you said, just being at Dunbar, playing in big games, just playing with some pros in the summertime, going playing in the Urban Coalition, playing down in the Dome, playing over Lyndhurst, playing over Cloverdale, playing in Bojack. That prepared me for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even though, like you said, I was at Dunbar. Everybody know about Dunbar, everybody. That's all they was talking about, the former players and what we was currently doing at Dunbar. But at the same time, I was like, I look at it like we still ain't got that respect because, like you said, that's a team game. Now, this is our individual because I'm not on the same team with Keith Booth at Nike Camp or Michael Lloyd. We wasn't on the same team.
Right.
And so that lets you know right there. So it's like, man, Mike, do you. Keith, do you, because I'm definitely going after mine. But I also had the right point guards on my team. Dwayne Simpkins, who's my AAU point guard for DC players. We probably went like 90-2 in 2 years. Then I had Kewan Garrison that played at Illinois. That was my dog from 5-star. So I had the point guards. Man, Dwayne Simpkins, we flew down there together. So, you know, I already told him, like, yo, you already know where that rock go at. And so we already set it up. You're going to get your assist. You're going to look good.
That's what y'all Maryland guys. That's what we talk about. Dwayne Simpkins that played point guard.
Yeah.
Man. So, hold up. Was Corliss Williamson in?
All of them was there. Corliss Williams, Roderick Rose, Jason Kidd, Othello Harrington, Ronnie Henderson, that's Chris Jackson's cousin, played at LSU. Everybody, Felipe Lopez, everybody was there. Rasheed Wallace, Thomas Hamilton, Rashard Griffin. They were 7 foot. They played on the same high school team.
Now that's another thing. Now Felipe Lopez was at that camp also, right? Now y'all know all the hype that Felipe was getting. He supposed to have been the next Jordan, just that and the third. Who was it? It was Dante Bright, #1 wing, and then Felipe Lopez. But you know, I'm gonna show y'all that because it's in black and white. This ain't shade, nothing like that. This is what it is. Now, can you tell us the story about the John Wallace game?
You said something about John Wallace. You like this game and stuff like
that's
that.
my guy.
And I said we had a chance to. John Wallace, look, don't get it twisted. John Wallace can go. That's my dog. We competed.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was telling you, so at UMass, we got a chance to play them in Hawaii. It was unfortunate that Michael Lloyd wasn't on that team. I think it could have been totally different had he been on that team because I know what type of guy he is. Mike a dog.
Yeah.
Mike a dog, and I respect that.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, he is. And I'm going to ask Mike why he didn't go to Arkansas with that type of game instead of Syracuse.
Yeah,
but
you did your research. You definitely did your research.
That's neither
you
here
say
nor
that.
there.
You did your research.
That's another time because we talk about Donte. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but,
my guy, Mike, my guy. You
Yeah,
don't talk
shout
about
out to
Donte without saying Michael Lloyd.
Yeah,
That's
shout
just
out to
how
Mike.
it is.
Shout out to him.
That's
Now,
my dog.
Now let me ask you something. All right, we had the Kwame Evans. We had I'm talking about top shooting guards at this time, right? Southern Bulldogs. You had Lake Clifton. You had the Ron Lucas. He was leaving, but you had the Shante Rogers. You're nuts. So that summer. I know some of you. Did you play with Cecil sometime?
Yeah, I played in the Sunny Hill Classic with them up in Philadelphia, Temple University, and also won away with the AAU team. My last year at Dunbar, I didn't play my last year with the DC players. Me and Mike, we didn't play. But DC players still hold, with 7, 8 guys they had, they still won a national championship. And my cousin was the leader of that team.
Wow.
So, but now I played with Cecil, and I had fun. You know, I'm sorry, I was Cecil and the coaches and the guys there. And so, you know, I went out, tried out, and I made the team. It was me, Nut, Kevin Norris, Mike Smitty.
Man.
Big Bernard Hopkins from Overly, a monster dog. A monster dog.
He made first team.
A monster.
Football,
Big Hop,
right?
of course.
Like,
of course,
like
yes.
28,
something like that.
27, and like 14 or something.
I didn't get a chance to compete against him when he was at Overly. You know, we was in different conferences and stuff like that. But like you say, he played on the AAU team. But don't take nothing from him, man. He played in some leagues, man. He was a beast.
Man.
He was a beast. And like I said, we all, with him playing on that team, and Diego was on that team, man. We went down there, we lost in the championship game against Dirk Fisher and Corliss Williams. They was Arkansas Wings, I want to say, of the name of that team. But they beat us by 2 or 3. But, you know, with addition of probably Mike and Kwame, it wouldn't have been, Keith Booth wasn't even on the squad. You know what I'm saying? But the guys that went, man, I was impressed with that because, like you said, we fought, and everybody else, like you said, everybody else got put on the platform right after that.
Now, all right, senior year. Right now, what schools was recruiting you your senior year?
I'll tell you straight out the bat. Had I passed my SATs, I was in Ohio State.
Ohio State?
Ohio State with Coach Randy as a black coach. I was there. I took a visit. Jim Jackson was my host. Lawrence Vanderberg, they both played in the pros. Man, Columbus was crazy. Columbus was crazy. Like I said, I just like the atmosphere. Then I going to the games and just see how the fans and them treat the ball players and see, you know, how they living down there. Man, I wanted that.
It was
And
like,
of course, I wanted that.
Yeah, yeah.
That was me. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm quiet.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
a perfect town for me.
Ohio State, though?
Yeah.
What was the other schools?
I had Clemson. I visited Clemson. I visited UMass and St. John's. St. John's was high on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Man, one of my favorite players, R.P. Malik Sealy. He hosted me there. They was dabbing me as like the next Malik. I like Malik. Malik was tough.
Yeah. Now, today's game, players go with each other to different schools. Was you talking to anybody? Now, what I read in the papers, in a couple magazines, how they say you and Roger Rhodes was good friends.
Yeah.
And he went to Kentucky. So I seen this in these about 3 or 4 different articles. So I'm like, all right, I wondered, when they was at camp, I think we need to.
No, it's crazy about how I linked up with Roderick. It was crazy because I played in youth games.
Mm-hmm.
The Baltimore team here went to Patterson, New Jersey. We played at East Orange High School. Where Lean On Me, that movie, yeah, we played at that high school.
Wow.
Yeah, we was there. So then the Jersey team, and then it was like we was at some little function they gave for us. We would just talk, and then it was like my mentor here knew him, and he was like, you know, my name Mr. Joe Park, and I'm just looking at him. I said, yeah, he played for the Harlem Globetrotters. He was like, yeah. I said that was my mentor. He was one of my guys at Hampstead Hill that they always looked out.
Crazy Joe.
Joe Parker.
No, you talking
no,
about
I'm talking about no. It's a guy here.
No,
I don't know.
When you said when he said
Lean On Me.
The Lean On Me.
No, not him. Not him. It's a guy here. No.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Parker here. He played for the Harlem Globetrotters. It was somebody stuck with me, man, and like I said, I respect him to the utmost. And like I said, Roger was like, I've been down on Federal Street. When he said that, I'm like, yo, that's where he live at. I'm like, now that's my guy. So I called him, we talking. And then Roderick, after that youth game was over, Roderick and his older brother, Reg, they came down. So we all talking and stuff. Next thing you know, I was going back to Jersey. Just off the strength. Yep, so, and, we was around back and forth, get up there, they was trying to get me to come up there.
I read a little bit of that, because I think he said, like, yeah, when he used to come down here and spend the night, y'all be outside.
Yeah.
And we were, like, at first, like,
man.
Do they sleep or something like that?
Man, but I'm telling you, man, that going up to Jersey City, that also gave me a lot of confidence too, because like you said, you're going to get some of the best players. When I was up there, just going around, just playing ball in the tri-state, going to different hoods, just playing. We was going to neighborhoods playing ball, and I was just tearing people up. Everybody like, yo, who this dude? You know what I mean? Now I'm from up here, this and that, but like I was telling Ross, this is the same atmosphere back home.
So you felt comfortable?
Man, I was comfortable.
Yeah. See, and
everybody gonna be comfortable and not in a different state. That's just like Boston. Hold on, if I'm on, I gotta give a shout out to Boston because, like you said, I went up to Boston and that's where I just got my groove back. As far as want to get back into basketball and stuff like that. And that's just the connection I met with guys that I met at school.
Okay.
And then the basketball circle was small. You know what I'm saying? Then I, hooked up my man Aggie McCray and Frankie Patton. They two legends up there. And got to the crazy part, they younger than me. And you might have heard of their names before.
Hold up.
BABC.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we played against them a few times.
Yeah, they play with BABC.
They go hard too.
Yeah,
Them boys go hard.
And I always used to get like, how it is up there is this and that. I say, man, it ain't no different from here. You can find what you're looking for. Whatever you trying to get into, you can find it, bro. If my motto is like I said, man, you stay true to yourself, man. I don't mind nobody, but I stay to myself, man. I play ball, and that's what I do. And from playing ball, then like you said, now I'm able to move around like I'm comfortable. Boston is my second home.
Since we right there in Boston, right? Now, your senior year, you said your first option that you wanted to go was Ohio State.
Right.
But you ended up at
UMass, yeah.
So tell the people a little bit about that situation.
And like I say, at the last time I took that SAT, I didn't make the score, so I had an option to go to junior college, prep school. Ohio State, I had to call Randy Ayers and tell him, that I didn't get my score, but they already knew they wasn't gonna be able to take me if I was a Prop 48. Okay. The Big Ten ain't take Prop 48s. And UMass, up and coming school, and fiery coach, Calipari, you know. I don't know, it just, like you said, he thought if I go to prep school, he was like, there's no way he's going to come to UMass.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying, he got a hold of my mother.
And it has, sometimes it has, like, because if you had the GPA, you just had to work on your
SAT. Yeah, because I'd have got my SAT score with the prep school. I was going to go to MCI, the same prep school Sam went to. That was probably the best prep school in the country.
So at that time, you went up there, you and State would have been up there together? Because State
No, I'm
was
older.
MCI.
I'm older than State.
Oh, yeah.
I graduated before State.
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah, well, Max Good was a coach up there. That's who Coach Sam.
All right, and Max had Jamal.
Yep.
And DeMar.
Yeah, everybody, a lot of people went to MCI.
Yeah, some teams too.
Yeah.
Some teams. Let me ask you something right before we get out this high school thing, because it's always, and it's always a debate, a good healthy debate too. Y'all teams, y'all high school teams, and we got the Muggsy Bowl, the greatest high school team that ever. I can't even say that no more because it's opinion. It's all about what you. I know. I know this. Y'all looked at them guys and y'all used to. Well, I'll play him. You'll play him. Cause we did that with y'all.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But at the same time, man, you have to be realistic, man. That was probably the greatest high school team ever, man. I ain't saying they blew us out. They the guys. I mean, they was deep. We was deep. They had some players.
And they was big.
They was big. They was bigger than us.
It was big.
You know, but like you said, that'd have been something great to see. But like you say, it's all opinionated. But I would get them the nod.
Oh yeah, I would get them the nod.
Yeah, I would get them the nod. Yeah.
Yeah, I give them the nod too. They was too deep.
Man, come on, man. They had too much.
Yeah.
They had too much, like, dog.
And I know Mike's a pit, so that's like two pits going at this. Ah, man.
It ain't gonna be no backing down, but at the end they gonna win. It ain't definitely going to be no backing down. We know that. But like you say, I think they was the best high school team ever.
All right. We had to get that up out of there. Yeah. Now you at UMass. Now, you come out the Prop 48.
Right.
Now, Marcus Camby come in.
Right.
Lou Rowe,
he was already there. Mike Williams was already there.
Y'all had a squad. Expectations. What's the mental?
Man, only expectation was to get better, to prepare. Because if you don't prepare, you already know how you're gonna fail that test.
True.
You already know that. So that was the only thing, like you said, Calipari was preaching. You just got to get better. We was hungry. Who was UMass at that time? Think about it. It was an up-and-coming school. It wasn't one of those schools.
Right.
Because when I signed, people were like, wow, UMass. You could have went so-and-so, so-and-so, but I wanted to go somewhere where I was going to learn and get better, man. I didn't want to go somewhere where they were going to recruit the same top 5 basketball player year after year after year. Nah, I knew I had to develop. Like you said, I had to work on my guard skills. I had to get stronger. I was coming off a Prop 48 year. You know, timing was off. But coming off a Prop 48 year, averaging 10 points my sophomore year, I think I made 13, something like that.
What was the obstacle you had
to overcome?
By sitting out a whole year.
There you go. You're sitting out a whole year.
Like
you're out of rhythm. It's the mentals, man. That's a mental game. Because I was all good, even though I knew I was sitting out, everybody knew, but just being around the team for preseason. You know what I'm saying? You just block that out. You forget all about, you really not going to be playing once the season start, once practice start. But, they made me comfortable in preseason. They pushed me. And the crazy part, I still owe them preseason workouts. My friend, I couldn't complete the workout. Never been through something like that. Man, body locked up. I was done. Oh, man.
Your body
man, body locked up. You couldn't even walk. But the crazy part, you still got to get up. You still got to go to meetings. You still got to go lift weight. You got to go to class, come back to your tutors, go back to class, come back to your tutors, and get up the next day, 6 o'clock, be at breakfast, do the same thing over and over. That's challenging. It ain't no time management is everything in college. Man, it's been people there that flunked out the first 2 weeks of school. So like you said, you got some kids, some bourbon kids, all this money, never been away from their parents before. Right. You take an inner city kids. Man, you crying over this? Yeah. Man, please. But they don't talk about them kids that's failing out. That's not the athletes.
Right.
They never talk about that. But that beat the athlete down if you mess up one semester. I know because we was 4 of us that messed up, 4 or 5 of us. A tutor trying to get back at coach, went and did some crazy stuff, grades disappeared in the Boston Globe. Yeah, it was a big thing, you know. It was crazy, but yeah. So like I said, somebody trying to get back at Coach Cal, but used us to put us out there.
That's crazy.
So now you got people on campus looking at us because we took actions to that.
Right.
Stuff like that don't get leaked, and you ain't got no permission to be doing that. Then go to one of the biggest newspapers in the United States and do that. You trying to kill something.
Wow.
That just let us know, man. You got to buckle down, man. Some people don't like you, dog. Look what just happened. You thought that was your friend. You trying to get back at somebody else, but try to use us to get back at somebody else.
Well,
you know,
with this situation.
They made us settle. I said they made us settle.
They.
Yeah.
They.
Yet we on scholarship. There you go. See, there's a lot of stuff, man. Like I said, it's no knock or nothing. It is what it was. What it was. That's just like my Prop 48 year. I did an interview with Boston Globe or the Boston Herald. Man, it just twists all my words up. The next day, I wakes up in my door with my paper stacked up high. So when I open the door, the papers fall in my doorway, in my room, because I had my room by myself. I'm looking at the paper, front headline, Dante not so bright. Crushed, dog.
Wow.
I was crushed. It's like that right there. Then I read it, then I'm like, this is nothing what we talked about. So I immediately called Coach. I went to his office, we talked. I said, Coach, man, what's going on? I'm like, this is not what we talked about.
He's like, lesson right here.
What he said, it's a lesson. He said, just think about what you just said and think about what you read. I'm like, man, this is something that I got, you know, I'm not used to this.
He don't have no control over it.
But he don't have no control of that. Like you say, he don't have no control, but I don't think, which you can control, Coach. I can't do no more interviews with that guy no more. And he cut it out. You know, he sat me down, told me what it was. Then from there, just opened me up to a lot of different stuff. Then I had my antennas up, man. I was very observant to everything. And, man, I didn't want to talk to nobody. You thought I was shot in and quiet.
Did you feel like sometimes you was a target?
I know I was. Because everybody around campus knew who Dante Bright was before I got there. I was the biggest thing that I was the only high school All-American ever, top 5 to sign at UMass. That's the big thing. Schools make money. You're going to promote the hottest thing. When Marcus got there, you know what I mean? I took a back seat. Yeah. Marcus was up and coming. Right. You get what I'm saying? They play off of that. But like you said, it's like, my thing is, you got to use them like they're going to use you, man. You got to get what you can get because they're going to get what they're going to get out of you. You have to. Now
you were saying something about Marcus, right?
Yeah.
Because some people wouldn't understand that. Like you just said, like, when Marcus came, he was up and coming, and I kind of stepped back.
Yeah,
right?
7-footer.
You could have bucked the system though, like
I didn't. No, I didn't. And the crazy part, you said that they thought it was friction.
For real?
Man.
Did the media?
Not the media.
Wow.
Family. I'm not using no name. Certain people that was UMass thought it was friction. Thought I was because, and I had to. One time, you know, I pulled him up. I said, you know, I'm hearing these whispers. You know, I told him, I say, man, look, I'm from East Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. I said, man, I ain't jealous of no man. I said, I can ball just like you. I say, dog, we ride your coattail. We need you like you need us.
Right.
I said, I done seen this before. I said, I played, I won a national championship at Dunbar. I done seen this before. Yeah. I said, I was on a team with ballers.
Divide and conquer tactics.
Come on, man. I say, man, look, do you? We know who our breadwinner is. That's what we're gonna feed. Everybody operate off of that. Like I told you, it's one set play, but 1,000 options off it. Like I told you, I ain't had too many plays called to me, but I scored about 1,300 points in 3 years because I know how to play basketball. So yeah, he was in the forefront, but look at those back end guys, Dana Dingles, the guards who D'd up, Tyrone Weeks, Dante Bright. We was right there every game. So like you said, if it was pressure on his end, we been took that off because they told me, you just do you because we can ball. And I played against Dana in high school, Tyrone Weeks. I know what they can do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It probably was more pressure on him because he's from Hartford and UMass right down the street. You know what I'm saying? The pressure. Seen the talent in him. You knew that from day one, man. He was too skilled, man. Too long, man. And guess what? Yo, a cool dude.
I heard
Man, a cool dude, man.
I went to my point guard at junior college from Hartford.
Okay.
So
yeah, Marcus, cool. Yeah, he a cool dude, you know. But like you said, man, it just when you're in situations like that, you know, you had a coach who was trying to be somewhere. He had potentially the top player in college basketball. So that's just how it go, man. You better take your back seat. If not, you're gonna get lost. Yeah. And like I said, Mike, I went through that before, far as like you said, playing with talented players. So like I said, my sophomore year at Dunbar, I took a back seat my junior year. Okay. And we had talent.
You smart about it. I'd rather win.
There you go. And everybody look good. Everybody look good.
Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? But that's just for the parents. Cause sometimes y'all put these expectations on y'all kids, and it's unrealistic. But that's neither here nor there. We gonna keep it moving. But before we go, cause we about to end this real quick, cause this is only part one. But before we go, cause before we get into the pros and things of that nature, in the A-10, give me the three teams that was tough for y'all though.
George Washington, we was always tough. I don't know why, but they always got up for us. I think they beat me 2 times. One time with Bill Clinton down at GW, and they beat us up at UMass. I think our first home loss in '96, after like 27 wins in a row at home or something like that. But Temple.
That 2-3.
Temple was tough, but we came out 5 years in a row with conference championship and A-10 titles. So
tell us about that 2-3 though. That 2-3 zone of mother.
It was tough, but we beat them though, dog. The videotapes don't lie. If you YouTube some of the games, we used to tear that zone up.
Going to.
The videotape don't lie.
All right, yeah. Give me some other teams, like, cause listen, man.
I mean,
I'm asking you that, right?
We had.
I'm seeing this on ESPN, and I'm seeing the crowds go crazy, go nuts.
But the A-10 was strong though, like across the board. The A-10 was strong. You had a lot of Big East schools that didn't want to play Temples and the UMass. They want no parts. And like you say, even at UMass, check this out. Sophomore year, beat #1 North Carolina. Had YouTube it. Had Dirk Phelps, Rasheed Wallace, Jerry Stackhouse, Brian Reese, Donald Williams, Eric Montrose. Yeah. They had about 8, 9 NBA players on their team. We beat them in the preseason NIT championship game up at Madison Square Garden. All right. That same year, my junior year, who else we beat? I beat Kentucky my senior year. They was #1. We beat Arkansas my junior year. They was #1. Beat them up in Springfield, Massachusetts. So I beat Maryland. We beat probably beat about 15, 16, 17 schools that was in the top 10.
You've been doing this all your life.
That's what I'm saying. I did it at Dunbar, so it wasn't nothing. Like you said, playing against big crowds, people born, you going up into different towns. You know, we on billboards, we all in the papers. I mean, it was like the norm to me, man.
That white tournament.
It was cool.
It was cool?
Yeah.
Tell us about the trip.
Trip was crazy.
The commercials.
That was that Reebok commercial. I think there was some kids from they went to New York and did that with Coach Holmes and Coach Pompey. That was a Reebok commercial.
Okay.
But it was for that Reebok commercial, Reggie Lawrence, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reeboks.
Oh,
so
okay.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we also had K-Swiss. We had Nikes. Man, you got a lot of stuff, man. Like I said, I got the opportunity to go to Hawaii 3 times. Once as a freshman in high school, as a senior. Then we played the same trip I went with UMass.
That's crazy. Now, people, we will end it off right here because this is only part 1, and I got some questions. I had a whole rack of questions and things that I wanted to say, and it just went left for me. But we're gonna come back on part 2. We're gonna get a little deeper. We're gonna let him talk more about what he's doing now, what he want to do in the future with the kids. And we're going to talk about, we can get too much in the business, but what went on down Dunbar,
I can't.
I
just like you say, I'm good and Keith Booth fine, man. We straight.
Say that one more time.
I said Dante Bright, Keith Booth, good. We straight.
And we're going to leave it at that. But listen, y'all. Coming from Ted's TV, we over and out till next time. Holla.
Peace.